comment you heard, every failure you felt, every success you celebrated. Over time, these moments formed beliefs. And once a belief is formed, the brain treats it like truth. This is why some people say, "I'm not good at learning," while others say, "I can learn anything with time." Psychology calls this the self-fulfilling prophecy. What you believe, you begin to act out, and what you act out, you begin to become. One of the most powerful discoveries in psychology is the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset believes that abilities are permanent, that intelligence is limited, that failure means something is wrong with you. So when failure appears, the mind protects the ego by avoiding effort, avoiding challenge, avoiding growth. But a growth mindset sees something different. It understands that the brain is plastic, that skills are built, not gifted, that failure is not an identity, it is information. Neuroscience confirms this. Every time you struggle, every time you make a mistake and continue anyway, new neural connections are formed. This is how learning actually happens. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is the pathway to it. Yet most people fear failure more than they desire growth. Why? Because of self-talk. The voice inside your head speaks more than anyone else in your life, and your brain listens. When that voice says, "I can't do this, I always fail, I'm not smart enough," your brain adjusts behavior to match those words. But when the language changes, the structure changes. Instead of saying, "I can't," say, "I'm learning." Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "This attempt taught me something." This is not motivation, this is psychology. Words shape thought. Thought shapes behavior. Behavior shapes identity. Another truth psychology reveals is this: motivation is unreliable. Discipline is trained. Motivation depends on emotion. Discipline depends on identity. When you say, "I will try to improve," you rely on mood. But when you say, "I am the kind of person who improve," your brain begins to protect that identity. Habits become easier. Resistance becomes smaller. Consistency becomes natural. The brain does not resist who you believe you are. Comfort, however, is the greatest enemy of mindset growth. The brain loves comfort because comfort feels safe. But safety does not create strength. Every time you avoid discomfort, your comfort zone shrinks. Every time you face discomfort, your mind expands. This is why courage does not appear before action, it appears after. Long-term thinkers understand this. They don't rush success. They don't chase perfection. They build systems. They ask, "What will this teach me? Who will this shape me into? What kind of person am I becoming?" Because psychology confirms one final truth. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by your practice. Every thought you repeat, every habit you maintain, every challenge you face is shaping the future version of you. Your mindset is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And the moment you decide to train your mind, your life begins to change. Mindset education. How your thinking designs your future. Before you change your habits, before you change your environment, before you try to change your life, you must understand how your mind works. Psychology tells us that the brain is not a mirror of reality. It is a constructor of reality. What you experience is not the world as it is, but the world as your mind interprets it. This is why mindset matters more than circumstances. Your brain is constantly asking one question: is this safe or is this a threat? When the mind perceives threat, it shuts down creativity, learning, and risk-taking. When it perceives safety, it expands, explores, and grows. Many people live in constant mental defense mode, not because life is dangerous, but because their thinking is. From early life, the brain learns patterns. If effort once led to embarrassment, the mind remembers pain. If failure once brought criticism, the brain links growth with danger. Over time, these memories become automatic beliefs, not conscious choices, automatic responses. This is why mindset change feels uncomfortable. You are not fighting logic, you are fighting survival programming. One of the most important concepts in psychology is cognitive framing. The same event can be framed as a loss or as training. When something goes wrong, the brain immediately assigns meaning, and that meaning determines emotion. If the meaning is, "This proves I'm not capable," the emotion becomes shame. If the meaning is, "This shows what I need to improve," the emotion becomes focus. The event is the same, the frame is different. The mind does not grow through comfort, it grows through manageable stress. This is called adaptive stress. Too much stress breaks the system, too little stress weakens it. Growth happens in the middle, where challenge meets effort. This is why progress feels uncomfortable but purposeful. Another psychological truth: the brain believes what is repeated, not what is true. If you repeatedly tell yourself that you are slow, unlucky, or incapable, the brain organizes behavior to confirm that story. This is not weakness, it is efficiency. The brain saves energy by following familiar narratives. To change mindset, you must interrupt the story. Not with lies. Consistently choose ease. Your tolerance for difficulty decreases. If you